Alright guys, so welcome back to a brand new video. Today's video, I'm finally going to take a look at a pair of headphones you guys have been requesting for quite some time. Now, a while back I reviewed the Sony MDR-XB950BT, and so Sony's now released like a revamped version of that by adding some extra features and some extra accessories and tacking on a $50 extra price tag. So are the Sony MDR-XB950N1 worth it? Okay, so first off, let's go ahead and let's just talk about the fact that Sony, stop naming your devices with so many letters, so many things. Like, that's way too much to remember. So from here on out, we're going to refer to these as the N1s and the old ones as the BT, because I'm not going to sit here and say MDR-XB950 every single time. Alright, so right off the bat, let's go ahead and talk about accessories, because accessories is one of the things Sony actually added to these headphones. As you can see, this time around you get a carrying pouch. Now, on the BT, you didn't get the carrying pouch. In fact, in the BT model, they didn't fold down, which is one of the things that the N1 does. And so that allows them to fit into a smaller bag and take up less space whenever you're going to travel. Now, inside of the drawstring pouch, you have a little divider inside that keeps your headphones on one side and it keeps your cables on the other. Okay, so now as far as cables go, you get two. One of them, you get your micro USB cable. This is for charging, which is important because these are Bluetooth. You want to make sure they're charged, and you get 22 hours around there in battery life, which is really good in a pair of headphones, especially ones that offer a bass feature like this and also active noise canceling. But if you don't want to use them in wireless mode, they do give you the option to use a headphone cable. That's really good because the BT model allowed you to use the cable, but the 650 did not. And so I always like the option just in case you want to use them hooked up to your PC or anything like that. Alright, so looking at the headphones, right off the bat, you're going to say they look exactly like the old model, and they do until you fold them down. But the old model did not do this, and again, this makes it more compact and easy to take with you. Another thing I want to point out is in the old model, the swivel here is where they had a lot of issues with these breaking. Now, this to me feels a lot more sturdy, and I don't think this is going to be an issue at all. They did add some really nice texture to these. I like the feel and the look of these a lot more. I do still want to point out, as far as for a pair of headphones, they're kind of big. They stick out a lot. There's a huge gap here, but if you're going to use them for VR, I guess that's a huge plus. But if you want to compare them to something like the Skull Candy Grind wireless, you can see that these are a lot more massive and just huge. Alright, your left and right are actually marked on the inside part of these headphones. There is an aluminum or maybe metal that goes across the whole part. You can see that these extend within the band itself. They feel very sturdy. At no time do I feel like these are going to break. The ear cups do swivel, so if you do want to wear them around your neck and lay them flat, you have the ability to do that. On your left hand side, you have NFC pairing. So if you have a device that has NFC pairing, just simply tap it to the side. It will automatically pair, which makes it a lot more easier than going through the settings and doing all that. As speaking of ear cups, these things are absolutely massive. Now, that is what I liked about the original model. You put these things on, they really just feel like pillows. They're extremely deep, really soft. Honestly, one of the most comfortable pair of ear pads you're going to find. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of the headband. There's just a little bit of padding, especially considering that these do have quite a bit of weight to them. So wearing them like for long periods of time, you will feel it along the headband right up top. Now, controls. These things have controls for days. Let's go ahead and start on the left hand side. You do have your power button, your bass effect button, which we're going to get into how that's different this time around. You have your micro USB port for charging, your headphone jack input, and then your noise canceling button. Now, the noise canceling feature is something that is added on these that was not on the original BT model. Now on your right hand side, you have your volume up and down rocker, and then you have the slider that Sony has on most of their Bluetooth headphones that allow you to skip forward, skip backward, and you push to play and pause. So speaking of noise canceling, do these do a really good job of noise canceling? The noise canceling does a decent job. It's not amazing noise canceling by any means, but it does a really good job at blocking out a lot of the subtle sounds around you. I think as far as somebody that's going to travel and somebody that uses them at work in a cubicle, trying to block out some minor noises here and there, I think it does a great job. Now, if you're looking for something to just block out the whole world around you, that's not going to do that on these, and I don't really think that's what they were going for. I think this is just to kind of tone down some of the things going on around you. So sound this time around, because after really using a lot of headphones between the time that I reviewed the original 950 BT and then now to these, there are a lot of headphones in the $200 to $250 price range that these have to compete with. Now, it's a smaller market if you're looking for headphones with really punchy, almost to the point of vibrating bass, because then that puts it in competition with the Crusher Wireless and then again with the original BT model. The original BT, when you use the bass boost mode, it immediately, to me, made it unlistenable. Everything became muddy and it was really hard to enjoy. Well, this time around, Sony adds the feature that you can download their headphone app for your Android or Apple device, and you can actually control your bass a little bit more so that you're not, way to the extreme. You can tone it down and get a sound more to your liking. Now, the other good thing about the app is it has some EQ settings built in. I didn't really find any that I liked personally. I did find that the bass sliding feature was really important, but the EQ settings weren't. You're able to see your battery life inside the app as well. That's good if you have an Android device, because most of them don't tell you where your headphone battery level is at. As far as overall sound, again, I still prefer these by not using the bass boost button, because without the bass boost button, there's still tons of bass, but a more balanced sound. Like mids and treble do not really fall back in these if you're not using the bass boost. It has, everything's elevated. It's by no means a flat sound signature. These are just really fun headphones to listen to. Mids and trebles are actually really, to me, better this time around. Even with the bass boost feature, you're not losing it all immediately just by hitting the button. You're still having an overall great sound. Sound separation is not the best in these. It doesn't feel like a wide open sound stage. Everything feels like it's a little closer in on you. So as far as movies, now this is great as far as explosions go, but not really separating where different sounds are coming from. Vocals do sound really good in these. Treble with cymbals and anything with a higher pitched sound come through really clear, but again, bass is the star of the show, and if you're looking for a pair of bass Bluetooth headphones, these are going to be one of the ones you look at. Now, I still personally prefer the Crusher Wireless because I have more control, and if I want to, I can have really skull rattling bass, which I honestly don't think that this hits. So for $250, I think that these should be priced more at $200, and I think a lot of the times they're going to go on sale for that. In fact, that's what I bought these for. And that again puts it more in a market that I think is affordable for a pair of bass headphones that is also noise canceling headphones. These also do have the aptX coding technology, so as far as Bluetooth goes, you're going to get the best quality sound that you can get out of Bluetooth. And again, Sony packed a ton of features in this that I think overall it's a really nice pair of headphones. Not the best noise canceling headphones and not the best bass headphones, but really falling in the middle. So for $250, you kind of have to figure out if that's what it is you're looking for, because the Crusher Wireless has a lot better, more bass that you're going to feel, but it doesn't have noise canceling. And then you have noise canceling headphones that have better noise canceling but don't have the bass that these do. So I think Sony came out with these to just hit right in the middle of that market. Alright guys, that's it for this review. I really appreciate you guys checking out this video, and I appreciate all the support on all the other videos. And as always guys, make sure to stay tuned for more.